Shalom to Marc, chairman of the Republican Party in Israel.
Shalom, Yoni. How you doing?
So you're out there on the field in Gush Etzion with the caucus for the land of Israel from the Israeli Knesset, of course.
Well, first of all, I'm delighted to be here with the Knesset caucus supporting the rights of the Jewish people to settle and live and prosper throughout the land of Israel. And that's something that we identify with, and that the Trump administration has specifically stated in its peace plan that for the first time really in history, that the Jewish people have a legal right to settle here in Judea and Samaria. Some people call it the West Bank, I think, unfortunately, and throughout the land of Israel. If the Jews can live in Shiloh, Tennessee, they can live in Shiloh, Shiloh, Israel, and here in Gush Etzion, which is at the heart of the consensus, even in Israel, about what should be the future shape of the land of Israel, the state of Israel. I'm delighted to be here. It's really my hometown.
And you're there 2 weeks before the elections, a representative of the Republican Party. Do you hear that people are concerned in Judea and Samaria and the Israeli right?
Well, listen, I understand the concerns of the people here in our part of the country, in Judea and Samaria. They're concerned about the issue of sovereignty. I understand that. But listen, what the Trump administration has been able to do by achieving these amazing peace agreements with the United Arab Emirates, with Bahrain, and now in the next couple of days with Sudan. Now, who could have believed it? I mean, this is amazing. This is turning the Middle East into a whole different place where Israel is an accepted part of it. And the idea that, okay, we're going to postpone, but not cancel, but we're going to postpone the issue of sovereignty here in the part of the country where we're located right now until we can solidify this new Middle East and implement the president's plan for prosperity and peace. I think that's a great idea. And I think a lot of the folks here, even though they understand, I think they understand that. And most of the people I've talked to are supporting the Trump administration and thankful for all that he's done for this country, for America, and the world.
So what's going to be? You see the polls. Are you worried?
Not at all. I've been in this situation before, 2016. You know, on the very day of elections in 2016, the New York Times, the Washington Post, and all the left-wing media and all the pollsters were saying Hillary Clinton was going to be elected by between 80 and 90% chance probabilities. It turned out exactly the opposite. We see a level of enthusiasm in the United States that we've never seen before for the president and for the Republican Party. It's amazing. It's not just us here in Israel. We're 80%, for the Republicans and for the president. But in the United States and San Francisco and Los Angeles, Democratic strongholds, people are coming out. Beverly Hills, who would have thought, every day to express their support for the president. I think we're going to see something amazing, and I encourage everybody in the United States to get out there and vote and bring this administration back into the White House for another 4 years. It would be amazing. What he's done already is amazing. What he can do and will accomplish in the next 4 years will be even more extraordinary.
Now we're seeing all the big rallies around the United States. There's going to be a rally, maybe not that big, but here in Israel very soon.
Okay, Yoni, that's great you asked. On Tuesday, around 11:30, 12 o'clock, we are going to be having a first-time event here in Israel, a convoy that's going to go from Tel Aviv to the U.S. Embassy in Jerusalem. Cars and our taxi cabs that have been publicized all over the world with flags and signs supporting Donald Trump and his administration and thanking him for everything that's been done. We invite everybody to come in, bring your cars, bring your families, join us for a few minutes on Tuesday at noon, and join us in this convoy to Jerusalem. Say thank you to the president and to the Republicans.
So from where you're standing now in Gush Etzion, what's your message to American Jewry?
Well, listen, I've tried very hard to understand. In fact, I was just at a gas station here, Yoni, where somebody came up to me, saw me wearing my Trump mask, and he was asking, how is it possible that after everything that the Trump administration has done for Israel, the embassy, Jerusalem, Golan Heights, peace in the Middle East, the Iran agreement, one thing after the next, how is it possible that the Jews in the United States are still going to vote for the Democrats and Joe Biden and the anti-Semites in that party. And I had to say to him, listen, this is something that is unique to the Jewish people and is nothing new. We seem to always be unable to work in favor of our own interests. And I just quoted him the book of Exodus, the book of Leviticus, the book of Numbers, where you have all the story of the Israelites coming out of Egypt and complaining about Moses and Aaron and in the middle of all the miracles that God was performing for them during that time. That's the way it is today. We're reliving history. Those of us here in the land of Israel understand the realities of the situation, just like Joshua and Caleb did, 4,000 years ago, and we got it right. The Jews in America don't have it right. Either they're going to, wake up to it, or maybe a brain transplant.
Marc Zell, Chairman of Republicans in Israel, thank you very much for joining us.
Great to be with you, Yoni. Have a great week.